G'day and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to show you how you can use a massage gun to free up your quadricep muscles. Because not only can quadricep muscle tightness be a contributing factor to a lot of knee pain and hip dysfunction, but there are some simple ways to use a massage gun to get the most out of that experience. So let's get into it. It's important for me to let you know that the team at Bob and Brad sent through their Q2 Pro massage gun for me to use in this video. Unlike any that I've seen and used before, this massage gun has a head that both heats and cools tissue. So we'll certainly use this in a second, but we're definitely going to use the standard ball head to the massage gun. And obviously, if you're in the market for a massage gun and this one interests you, I'll leave a link in the description with a discount code attached. But before we get into this, I think the first thing that we always need to do is we need to immediately do a test so that we have something to compare afterwards once you have used your massage gun to see if anything has meaningfully changed. And because we're trying to mobilize tight quads, one of the best exercises to let you know how your quads feel and function in this moment, just do the deepest squat that you feel comfortable with. Take note of how far you felt you could go, how it genuinely felt to get down there. If you have any knee dysfunction or hip dysfunction, or if you feel like your quads are tight to begin with, just take a general sense of how that feels to begin with so that we can immediately compare this to how you feel afterwards after using your massage gun. Because we always want to be results based, but more importantly, if you spend a few minutes of your day using a massage gun to free up your tight quads, you deserve to feel like those quads are feeling genuinely looser straight away. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. So first things first, we want to use the ball head because I think that gives you a really good contact surface point to get into the tight muscles. It screws in. We want to turn the massage gun on and we want to have it at a level that you feel is comfortable. So with this one, we can push the button so that it becomes faster and faster and faster. So I'll do a mid-range level for here. And then what we want you to do is that one of the common mistakes that I see people make when using a massage gun is that they assume that the massage gun's going to do all the work for you. Again, the concept's pretty basic where you put it onto your quads and you just roll it around. But what we need you to do is we need you to go hunting for things that you feel are a little bit thicker and a little bit tighter than you would otherwise expect it to be. So for me, right through this rec fem down the middle, when I come down the middle and I sort of work around here, it doesn't feel super tight through here, it doesn't feel tender. But as I come a little bit wider, I can start to feel some ropey type feelings that I don't want to be there. And again, instead of just letting the massage gun roll over the top, what I would ask you to do is treat this like a massage. Apply some gentle pressure and use that pressure with the vibration of the massage gun to think of shearing free and massaging free any of that tight tissue. Now, it goes without saying that muscle tightness, genuine muscle tightness, is always there for a reason. Most muscle tightness is there because your brain has asked it to be there because it's either protecting something, supporting something, or it feels threatened by something in some way. So if you find that by gently massaging some of that tightness makes it feel better, then it may potentially come back again if we don't also pair this up with other things that ask this not to be tight anymore. And for me, clinically, one of the leading causes of quadricep muscle tightness in the first place is lower back dysfunction. Particularly at sort of the base of the rib cage and down to the lowest reaches of the back. If it becomes stiff and tight through your back, it can prompt the muscles via the nervous system to tighten. So if you do test and retest and this feels genuinely better afterwards, and you don't then also do things to improve the function of your back, of which I have many videos on this channel that may help you with that, then you may need to keep doing this consistently without ever getting to the point where you have solved that tightness. But coming back to this, again, we're sort of pushing down through the muscle and then we're gently doing lines along the course of that, looking for anything that you feel is tight, tender, and restricted. As we come out a little bit wider, we're gonna get closer to where your quadriceps attach into the ITB or the iliotibial band. Remember, you can't stretch an ITB. It's kind of like a steel I-beam. But what we can do, especially if you have ITB problems, is we can go looking for the soft tissue that anchors into that ITB, mainly the quads and the hamstrings from behind. But continuing on, as we go down lower, you might find that this area may start to unearth some really tender, thick, tight quadricep tissue as it attaches into that ITB that may be contributing to some knee pain or dysfunction that you may not have realized was there. So again, we just want you to find a spot that feels particularly tight. For me, there's a little bit here. So I'm going to put some pressure down through that and just gently try and massage it away with the ball, allowing the vibration to add a little bit to the ability for me to do that. As always, it's important to let you know that you don't don't necessarily want to do this over bone. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it may not necessarily feel nice at the same time. We are just looking for tissue that feels thick and tight. One of the other strategies that you can do is understanding that if you have your leg straight, the quadricep muscles will slacken off. And when you do a massage gun through that, you may still be able to find some tightness, but the best use of your time is probably having your knee bent as much as you feel comfortable and doing it from that position, because the tissue's already on tension, better exposing some of that tightness than when it was in this position or whether it's in this position as well. But again, we can keep looking through all the tissue that we need to as we come more sort of towards the inside and getting towards those adductors or those groin muscles as they anchor down into the inside of the knee. We just want to go looking for anything, anywhere that you feel is a little bit tight, potentially tender and restricted, and then use the massage gun to just respectfully sort of massage that tightness out of there. Now, obviously, the lower down you go to the knee, as we said before, the more likely you are to influence the tissue of the knee. If you're having some hip flexor, hip issues at the front, again, we can bring this all the way up as high as you feel comfortable. Again, looking for anything that you would consider is a little bit restricted, a little bit tender, and a little bit tight. But again, as I do this, it's starting to feel like it's just gently softening, it's becoming less threatened, becoming less tender and more comfortable. But the really cool thing about this, if I turn this off, replace this head, we're going to use the heating and cooling head. I'm going to screw that in, and then there's a button here that I can push that turns it to heating. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a light here now. And as I turn this back on, as I do this, the head of this is now starting to get a little bit warm. And the really cool thing about this is we know that heat is one of those things that helps soothe muscle, it helps muscle tissue free up. So if we can add a little bit of heat to this, then we might be able to get a little bit more benefit from using a massage gun in this way. So I'm going to come back to that more sort of tender ropey spot that I found before, and I'm starting to feel the heat coming through at the same time. This is now starting to feel a little bit nicer than it was before for me. It wasn't terrible to start with, but it's a little bit better again. And then what you'll hopefully see as well is that there's a little bit of redness where I've had the heating element and I can feel the heat still there afterwards. So if I turn this off again and then we come back to what we did before, what we're looking for is to see if anything has meaningfully changed. So for me, to squat down as I did before, and again, you don't have to believe me here, you don't have to trust me if you don't want to, but it genuinely feels lighter and looser than it did before. I feel like there's a little bit of a handbrake here on my left-hand side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep that heating element on. I'm gonna do it over the top of my shorts, just so it's easier to move the head around. Get my leg out the way here. But again, same thing. It's a little bit tight here. I'm gonna apply the same pressure down through the muscle tissue, using the vibration as an assistance rather than just relying on it on its own. I'm gonna follow where I feel the most sort of tightness here. I'm gonna spend a minute on this just to see if I can get it to free up. And then again, I wanna retest the exact same movements again in the form of a squat to make sure that it is actually changing. But as I go through this, it's a really good chance to talk about massage guns in general. And it's important that if you have a massage gun, that you use it in a way that genuinely gives you results, that you feel looser and freer and less tender afterwards. But as I've mentioned in previous videos on massage guns, it's really important that you understand that massage guns won't cure anything. They can have an amazing impact on how you feel, but they can't fix the root cause of dysfunction. So as I mentioned before, if you find that this particular part of your leg is the most tight and tender like I've found here for me, there has to be a reason why that is. And if you aren't taking a step back to consider how your back is functioning, how you use and hold your back, how loose the muscles are around it, how strong the tissue is around it as well, then you may never get to the stage where you don't need to use a massage gun anymore if you are dealing with aches, pains, and dysfunctions. Now, like a lot of people, using a massage gun just feels nice to begin with anyway. So you don't necessarily need to have a whole bunch of dysfunction to invest in one and use one. But most people who have a massage gun do have it for a general purpose. But if you are using a massage gun with the hope of trying to cure something, you will always be disappointed. So if I turn that off again, coming back to my squats again, and straight away, it's not perfect, but it feels probably 80% better than it did before. I don't feel like I've got that same handbrake. I've just put an input into my nervous system to let it know that this can release and free up. It feels nice and warm as well, as I've still got the head on, so that feels warm. I'll turn that off now. But as always, we need to make sure that when you do your test and retest, that you feel genuinely different. If for no other reason than just to prove that what you did actually did something and it shifted the needle. So at the end of the day, if you have a massage gun, make sure that you feel like it's genuinely helping. One of the simple ways to do that is to make sure that you're really getting into that tissue and trying to massage your leg with the massage gun and not just relying on the vibrations on its own to do the thing that you want it to do. It sounds strange to say this, but the more you go over tight tissue, the more you will be able to feel that and recognize that, which means that you'll be able to focus on it more specifically and more efficiently over time. This Q2 Pro massage gun from Bob and Brad that has the heating and cooling effect is definitely something that I find exciting as a physiotherapist. Like I mentioned, if you have a massage gun already and you want that effect, there's nothing stopping you putting a heat pack on first or an ice pack on first, depending on why you might want to use that, to try and get the most out of your massage gun experience. But as I mentioned, the team at Bob and Brad sent this one through to me. And if you're in the market for a massage gun and you want to pick this one up, there will be a link in the description with the discount code applied. Just remember that massage guns won't cure anything, but they can still play a really valuable role in help making you feel and function better. So as always, I genuinely hope that that was helpful. I certainly feel a little bit looser than I did before. If you did find this helpful, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member if you want to help support me. But at the end of the day, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.